that shit up, man. Yo! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with part 2. You guys already know it's the truth about One Punch Man. If you guys haven't seen it from the first video, check out part 1. It was about Flashy Flash. This is a response 3-part trilogy video series, I guess you want to call it like that, in response to my boy Zhoniin's videos and drops on Atomic Samurai, Flashy Flash, and their versus matchup, respectively. If you guys want to check out that link, the original videos, the original context of it, check the link in the description for his stuff. If you guys want to support the channel and the Discord and us in the show, gonna check out the links in the description below for the Discord and the Patreon. With that out of the way, let's get to the truth of Atomic Samurai. Now, as we talked about last time in the last video, we're only going to be talking in complete seriousness, complete disclosure. I'm going to give you all the facts unbiasedly, and I mean that, unbiasedly. Now, all right, fuck it. Excuse me. No, fuck it, bro. I already told y'all, so I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to give you all the information that I have. I don't care if the niggas think it is biased. I'm not being biased. This is what I've seen. Atomic Samurai not only is able to combat up against lightning, smoke when he cut through the explosion that he forced out of G5 whenever he blew him up with his atomic slash or whatever. He cut through that smoke as well through that. And the next instance that we're being alluded to is water. In the beginning of the series, Atomic Samurai mentioned that there's nothing he can't cut. In that same instance, in terms of like referring to the G5 fight, we see that after the first effort of the Atomic Slash, his core was still intact. Now, Atomic Samurai immediately noticed it, and it seemed as if he was going to endeavor again to try and get rid of him, try and cut through it with his air slash. Now, I'm not sure if that's trying to imply that like the air slash is as powerful as the Atomic Slash. I don't think that's the case, but that's how he responded to the attack, with a long distance attack. And we could probably sum that up to like there was smoke in the area, so he was probably attacking the area where the attack came from. Whatever the case may be, Atomic Samurai's offense is one of his pivotal traits. Yesterday we talked about how Flashy Flash is really can be considered a lot of different things. It can fit into a lot of different categories because of his one special crazy trait, which is his speed. Atomic Samurai's offense is why he's so great, and I guess that would be too broad of a category to give him. So we'll give him his agility. The potency of his attacks, though, in tandem with his agility, is also why he's this strong, and also why he has arguably one of the most powerful offenses in the entire series, at least out of all the heroes. Now, I want to drop into a few more points as to why Atomic Samurai is going to be like consistently a good matchup against different individuals, because in a lot of anime and manga, you don't really get that clarification as to like what can this samurai or this swordsman do compared to the rest of the series. Take One Piece, for example. The samurai or the swordsman in there can do everything that anybody else can do, and it's fine, but it takes away the weight that the other powers have. Like when you give emphasis to like, oh, these fruits are specific and rare, and not very many people have them, and they represent elements or whatever. It's kind of like disingenuous to say that like, if you have a sword, you can train enough to like match that. You can see why it happens in terms of power scaling to be able, or to the necessity of having a match in terms of that. But coincidentally, One Punch Man does not have that flaw, does not have that necessity. Because we're sticking to realism, because like, people can't fly into the air and like really like maneuver around besides one or two guys that are like super, like Saitama, literally. You do really get a lot of instances of realism. You really do get it. So I'm like, how is it that this individual can do what I mentioned, cut all these things? There was even an instance where somebody put a blade right next to his neck. This is the Hadagiri confrontation. We don't know whether Hadagiri's a demon or a dragon. We're going to give him that demon category because he didn't get that dragon box, that dragon tag. We'll leave that honor to the dragons. We'll leave that to them. They usually get it. So let's say that he's not a dragon, right? His speed is still impeccable. Not only was he known as a great swordsman, he was part of the Sword Council, arguably the strongest that there were in the land right now. That there is in the land right now. Atomic Samurai may be at the top of that, but Nichiren, The blind guy here, I don't think he's really blind, but the really, really old guy with the rings on his face, he may arguably be similar in strength to Bang, according to the conversation that they were having. According to Atomic Samurai's analysis, Nichiren may be in the range of Bang. So he's at least an S rank. And these individuals are in the same group. I don't think that the rest of the swordsmen were weak. So we have potentially S-class fighters, one of which takes a monster cell. We know monster cells amplify your power tremendously. It may not be to the greatest extent, and we know it's based on your base potential. If you're at 10, you have a much higher chance of getting to a 50 than a 5 does. So Hadagiri is most likely S-class. Low S-class, sure. Let's give him that. Hadagiri was most likely low S-class before that. Now he takes a monster cell. He can casually attack faster than the speed of sound. Previously, before he could. Now it's going to be greatly more amplified. Puts that to his neck. And then he reacts to it. This is the problem. This is the base problem in our argument. This is the base problem in our discussion. This is the base disagreement that me and Zhoniin have had. Certain things are depicted in certain ways to emphasize things. If something gets off-screened, if an attack or emotion gets off-screened, you can pretty much say it's the pinnacle of a speed depiction. You're not really going to get, like, more speed depictions that are even comparable to that or greater than that besides flat-out decorations. Flat-out expository, like, notifications of, like, what the feat was. Like, oh, he was going light speed, or, like, oh, he went faster than light speed, or this and that. Atomic Samurai often gets panels where his attack gets off-screen. You don't even see the consequence of it. Excuse me. You don't even see the actual, like, process of it. Flashy Flash doesn't get that often. I'll give this emphasis. I shouldn't give this emphasis. I should say that for the next video. I'll say it now just so I remember and just so you guys, just so that you guys know. Obviously, the fight of Flashy Flash and the ninjas had to be slowed down for us to see it. So the time scale of things happened a lot faster. We could say that the moments that they weren't talking and standing there or whatever, that the sequences of their attacks were pretty goddamn fast. And if the fight happened in portions of the fight happened in seconds, the time period. People like to tell you that, like, the entire fight took like 5 seconds. That's not what happened. They stopped and talked 2 or 3 times, and they weren't talking at the speed of sound or whatever, or like faster than the speed of sound. That wasn't what happened. So you could add up some of Flashy Flash's attacks to be pretty fast, you know? Like, let's say he did 5 attacks in like 5 panels worth. We could assume that those 5 attacks were probably incredibly fast. To be going under seconds time period, incredibly fast. But how do I put this? When they make the emphasis that Rhino Wrestler's horn can't be cut, and Atomic Samurai walks up and takes care of it, and the next panel is an off-screen. This isn't a regular speed depiction. This isn't some, like, the character's here, then the character's there type situation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where it's a stationary action. We're looking at the scene directly. Directly, we're staring at the scene. There's no reason to pan away. And the absolute next panel is him giving the results of it. You can't tell me that that's not, if not the biggest or the fastest speed depiction outside of Boros and Saitama, obviously. We're going to continue to make that stipulation until we get somebody that caps their abilities. Nobody in the series has capped the abilities of Boros and Saitama yet. So, what other speed feat is there? Like I told you, I'm obviously not saying that the combo that I mentioned yesterday about the flashy kicks, flashy slash combo, that bitch was alright. Fuck with it. Okay. That bitch fast. Alright. You out there speeding, huh? Okay, I see you, flashy. Alright, Bo. But Atomic, bruh? Bro, imagine if we were this close for real, bruh. I told you I was gonna punch you. And then I backed up, bitch. Nothing happened, right? Yes, it did. I punched you, but you didn't. Bro, that's the craziness of it. It's not that the viewers, or in our perspective, like, We got the off screen. It's that Rhino wrestler himself didn't see what was going on. The nigga who's being cut did not realize what was occurring. I don't want to hear any crazy shit about like, oh, he just wasn't fast enough to perceive it. Fine, sure, fuck it. That doesn't mean like. I'm gonna get off the defensive points because I'm really like defending just things that I've heard to declare really what it is. Two dragons are often mentioned, right? Atomic Samurai. Oh, Flashy took on two dragons. What you mean, Atomic? Flashy. Oh, my bad. Flashy was out there clapping cheeks with the niggas, bro. Like he was. Flashy was doing that thing to the niggas, bro. Yeah. Same time too, man. That was nice. But as we already admitted and understand, their traits outside of speed don't really match a lot of the dragons that we see. So let's take the example of Melzagard, right? How many heroes can dragons fight? Like, I haven't seen Rover take on more than one hero. I ain't even seen Goketsu take on more than. Well, I'll give it to Goketsu, bro. He took on more than one hero, but it was doo-doo, bro. We talking about real serious nigga shit, man. Out there for real, bro. Like out there fighting S-class niggas, man. Rover ain't do that. I guess you could kind of say Rover did it with a bang and bomb combo, but them niggas was defensive the entire time, bro. And it was unfortunate that Murata still hasn't given us a satisfactory display of the Dragon Fist technique that Goro managed to derive on his own, and that Silverfang bang and bomb used to pacify Rover. I wanted to get a better display of that, and that would have made it impressive. But even that instance of two S-class like fighting a dragon, it wasn't that impressive from their point of view. So like, I guess I'll take that exact same context if you guys will keep following me to the Atomic Samurai example. Not only was this dragon able to fight 4 S-class, so that's a feat for Melzagard. The dragon known as Melzagard took on 4 S-class fighters, fought them for a long ass time. Feat. Niggas wanted to. The Goketsu meet whenever he said, or whenever Genos was like, oh, we need Saitama in the whole squad, bitch. Go get the second association, bitch. Go get the other niggas, bro. Go get go get the Justice League too, bitch. Genos was trying to get the Justice League out here, bitch. Genos was trying to call in the Justice League to take care of Goketsu. The nigga was inaccurate. I don't want to continue to hear these facts about Goketsu and Melzagard and fighting multiple niggas. If Melzagard can fight multiple individuals, Goketsu got the same hype, then Melzagard is that strong. And if Melzagard is able to fight 4 S-class fighters, and Atomic Samurai literally makes a technique to neutralize him exactly in its exactitude, the fact that right now we can guarantee that right now Atomic Samurai will be able to beat Melzagard on his own because of the focus Atomic Slash, which I won't even harp on yet, bitch. We ain't even at that point yet, bro. Hold up, my nigga. Hold up, bitch. You can't continue to tell me that Flashy fighting too. Let me get off this Flashy shit, bro. This is not a Flashy video. I'm just letting y'all niggas know that Atomic Samurai fought an individual, can kill right now an individual who fought 4 S-class. 2 of which were high S-class niggas, man. Atomic has gotten, if not exponentially stronger, greatly stronger than he was in the Melzagard confrontation. And that's important to note his strength level, at least in terms of improvement. A lot of times we don't like to give characters credit in terms of getting stronger or the next presentation. Case in point, Metal Bat in this current situation that we are right now. A lot of the fan base doesn't necessarily give him the credit of being stronger right now, or they question like his ability to get stronger because of fighting spirit. But that character's coming back. I have no reason to believe that he's not stronger, and we're gonna see that. Now we have proof. Atomic Samurai, for a fact, got stronger, declared that he got stronger. He made something for that exact scenario. And it just so happens to be, coincidentally, and like, this is so beneficial that the technique that he made to neutralize Melzigard also happens to work incredibly well against almost any other individual. Any other individual. To the point that people are telling me that it's crazy for me to say that if Boros put his hand out like this and was just trying to, man, what the fuck is this nigga doing, bro? That if Boros put his hand out like this and was like, hey, Atomic, cut my shit off, bro, I bet you can't. That if he hit a focus atomic slash, he wouldn't cut it off. That arm would not regenerate. That's what that attack means. It vaporizes the material there. That's why those black sperms that were cut, that were like just eviscerated, but just erased, but no more, bro. Black who? Black who? That's why it was so effective. That's why they stole a prospect for Atomic Samurai in the fight. That's why Atomic Samurai fighting this dragon and fighting Melzigard are arguably two of the strongest dragons to be fighting in terms of like individuals. There are not very many other S-class heroes who are going to be fighting, who are going to be making stands up against dragons that are this strong. Suiryu was a case of what you should expect from an S-class individual. We could talk about Suiryu not being S-class at the time period, but that's not accurate. The display that we saw up against Chose was a display that requires an S-class presentation. As of right now, I don't believe, or a Mind Master doesn't have the tools presented or the panels drawn to do what Suiryu did. You could say that current Suiryu, or Suiryu at the tournament, was stronger than a Mind Master because of what we saw. So let's steer away from the downplay. Yeah, that bitch rhyme, nigga. Yeah, I'm not here rapping, nigga. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, if you're fighting a guy who took on 4 S-class, and now you're fighting an individual who can split, it seems indefinitely. Anytime you cut him, anytime you do a certain amount of damage to him, or a certain type of damage, we don't know all the types of damage you can do to him yet. I haven't seen fire, so I won't speak on that yet. He just splits, and they're all just as strong as the original. We can talk about the conundrum, or like the paradox of the situation of like if the main dragon level power of Black Sperm is his ability to split, because you've all made the contention, and I can accept the contention for now, that his speed and his attack power aren't the highest of the dragons. If his best ability is his ability to split when attacked, and every single one of the clones or every single one of the new splits have that ability as well, then every single one of those splits is a dragon. If you were to label them, if you cut Black Sperm in half, and now there's 2 Black Sperms, and now that Black Sperm runs off, if somebody fights that Black Sperm, they're fighting a dragon. It's not a demon that they're fighting, it's a dragon that they're fighting. That's all I'm saying. So we can say that he's only fought 2 dragons, fine. This is a different situation. And not only is he able to like actually kill off a dragon with single attacks now, with the Focus Atomic Slash, technically, but he's doing it efficiently. Reread the chapter, I think it's 109, 110, one of them, 111, I'm not sure exactly. I just reread the other one. Atomic Samurai does multiple Focus Atomic Slashes in that instance. Not just like one, no, it was like he sent one, he made I think he said like next or on to the next or whatever, took out another one, and then he hit him with the real Focus Atomic Slash, where like he lit up the entire sky and the top of the hole was all white and glistening and stuff like that. Amazing panel, by the way, Murata. Good job, bro. Good job, my boy. That bitch was nice. Multiple Focus Atomic Slashes in a single instance. Then he mentioned that he did have some soreness in his wrist, which is something that we should talk about in the next video where we actually compare the 2 individuals fighting. But please, in the comment section right now, I want to hear your rebuttals so that I have rebuttals or things to think about as I make the next video tomorrow. Atomic Samurai's Focus Atomic Slash eviscerates a Black Sperm. They can't do that. They can do that to the multiples of them. If a Black Sperm gets split in half and one runs off to the south and the other one's off to the north, they're both dragons. They can both do the same exact thing. It's been explained and shown very, very clearly that a Black Sperm that's cut can split. And they can split on their own. They don't need to be cut to split as well. We saw that whenever he like had all those heads pop out in front of him from the sides or whatever. Whenever when he's talking shit to Atomic Samurai, Atomic managed to cut those heads over. I don't want to continue to entertain some shit where we're not acknowledging that paradox right there. Either tell me what the stipulation is without spoiling, obviously. Don't like give me hints or information or what the actual answer is if there's an actual answer. Don't give me hints on that. But use in manga arguments as to why that can't be the case. And if you can't yet, if you're a webcomic reader, what I'm saying is not true, and there's a reason why, and you can't prove that without the manga, then you're wrong for now. Keep that, put it on your shoulder, and then when you're right, you can blow it up in my face or whatever. But for now, you're wrong. If you can't prove it with the manga, I don't want to hear it. And as of right now, that's what we've been told. Unless the translators are wrong, whenever you cut a black sperm, there's another one there. He can do the exact same thing that the other ones could. He can punch just as hard. He can run just as fast. He can jump just as high. Nigga! He can jump just as high. And he can split just as fast, just as many times. I don't understand what the conundrum is here. I don't understand what the delay is here. Atomic Samurai has not only killed multiple dragons in single instances, in single fights. He took on Melzargard and made a technique for him. I'm not seeing that from Metal Bat. Hopefully we get to see them. Hopefully we get to see that. I would expect that from Child Emperor. I would expect that from Dr. Genius. I would expect that from Metal Knight. I wouldn't expect that from Flashy. Wouldn't expect that from Darkshine. I'm not seeing those things. I'm not seeing that. Pooty Pooty made a great contention, or is it a great example of this? Which may be a variant of it, but I think it's still in the same category. Pooty Pooty not only mentioned that, he mentioned the quote exactly in the Melzargard fight after the deep sea, after the deep sea encounter. Make sure that every single one of your punches have killing intent. And then he started letting off true gaps. Ding, 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 ding. Come here, nigga. Dark Angel Rush, nigga. Tighten up. Just going in there, but Pooty learned. That's a feat. That's an accomplishment. Good job, Pooty. Pooty out there learning, man. Nigga. Studious Pooty, man. So, like, I gotta keep checking myself because we're not doing a comparison video yet. That's tomorrow. The focus of Atomic Slash is dangerous. You're not telling me Darkshine's tanking it. You're not telling me Dekoketsu's tanking it. Sure, maybe like you hit him in the stomach or something like that. I can see it, but like at his neck, not even that. Not even at his stomach or whatever like that. You're not taking the focus Atomic Slashes I'm seeing so far. When we see it, sure. Metal Knight Drone, no. Brave Giant, no. King, yeah. Pooty, no. Tank Top, Pig God, no. They're not tanking that. They aren't tanking that. Drive Knight, no. I'm not talking about Atomic beating people with just starting off the fight with the focus Atomic Slash. We could talk about that though. We could talk about that. That's. We gotta end the video. Atomic Samurai's attack speed is incredible. His agility is arguably the fastest in the series. He's proven that time in and time out with the feats and depictions in terms of manga displays or scenarios that are trying to emphasize certain traits of characters such as speed and off screens in particular. He's known for those. He's not known for not being able to cut most things. G5 made it clear that he can not only copy techniques, but supposedly change, adjust, and improve upon them to make them his own or make them better and superior. He wasn't able to contest with Atomic Samurai. He wasn't able to do this. Intelligence may not be the optimal way to beat Atomic Samurai. Overwhelming strength may not work in your favor because he's pretty quick too. But speed? Is Flashy fast enough to beat Atomic? Yo!